Go to python.org. You can see the downloads. Just mouse over downloads. Then in the right side, you can see download for Windows. You can go to latest version. Python.org downloads latest version. Choose the location where you have to save downloaded bundle. Go to the location where it's got downloaded. Double click on downloaded application file. It is a executable file. Click on run. You can go for add it to Python. Add it to Python. We don't require to update path environment variable if we check this one. Always try to check this. Installer will be updating a path environment variable automatically. Then click on install now. It may take some time. Let it go. Once installation got over, you will be getting this type of window. Click on close. Installation got over. Open a command prompt to check whether it's got installed or not. Just type Python. You will be getting a Python inline editor. Python inline editor. If you are getting this, then installation is very proper. Python is working properly. Let's go for just to print off. Python software got installed successfully. To come away from inline editor, go for exit. Let us see the version of the Python. Python space hyphen hyphen version. Python command. It is recognizing by command prompt because of path environment variable updated by installer of the Python automatically. Python installer updated path environment variable. Because of that, we are able to run Python command. We are able to run Python command successfully. Instead of Python, you can also run just py. Both are one and the same. Python or py. You can just go for printing number. Exit to come away from inline editor. Let's go for py version. You can use either py or Python. It is purely based on your patience. In case of Python, you don't require to compile. Straight away, run the program by using py command or Python command. By using py command or Python command, we can able to run straight away. We don't require to compile. There is no compilation step in the Python. Straight away, text code interpreting and straight away sending to the interpreter. There is no intermediate step, that is compilation step. Compose and run. Compose and run. In most of the programming languages, first composing, then compilation, then running. But here, composing, then running. Straight away, you can compose and you can run. If you want to test any one statement or few statements, then you can use inline editor. Just to type a command, press enter. Then it will be asking what are the statements you wanted to develop. I'm just going for simple statement again. I'm printing a true. So likewise, any one statement or few statements, you can straight away test in the command prompt itself by opening inline editor. But this way of using inline editor, it's not very recommended while learning. While learning, try to develop a Python file and try to run it. If you are developing a Python file, that code will be retaining. If you are developing any statements in the inline editor, those statements will be erasing once you close the command prompt. So this type of development not very advisable. Let us create one folder in any of the drive. I'm choosing F drive. I'm creating one folder for Python development. Let us go for Python June batch. I created one folder without any spaces, without any uppercase letters. While creating a folder, don't choose any uppercase letters and don't choose any spaces as well. Inside this, I'll just go for one more directory for today's content. I'm just going for day 1. So likewise, almost you will be getting 25-26 days, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 for core Python. Go inside a day 1, try to develop a simple Python file. So to develop a Python file, use a edit plus. I'm using edit plus. Let's open edit plus. Definitely you may be having a edit plus in your system. If you are using a TextPad, you can use any one editor. Definitely you may be having. If you don't have any editor, you can use Notepad as well. But usage of the Notepad, it will be like a most difficulty. It's a raw editor. Not very advisable. So let me show how we can install EditPlace. It won't take more than 2 minutes to install. Go to the editplace.com. Go to the editplace.com. Download EditPlace. Download EditPlace. There is one more. Just to go for download EditPlace. It is trying to download. Let it download. Downloading is got over. It's very simple software. It's a maximum 2 MB. It's very simple software. Just double click on it to install. It won't take more than 10 seconds to install. That much is simple. Go to the accept. Whatever default options it is showing, take the default options itself. No need of modifying. It's very simple software. That's all. Installation got over. Once EditPlace installation got over, you can see the EditPlace in the start menu or in the desktop. Open the EditPlace. It's very simple software. Click on yes. Okay. Yes. Only first time it is showing like a enter registration code. Click on try. No need of entering registration code. You will be getting 30 days evaluation period. For 30 days you can click on I agree. After 30 days you can just minimize this and keep working in the EditPlace. EditPlace editor. EditPlace editor. It's very simple to install. Now go to the file new, please option, others. You can see Python type. Python. Click OK. So Python type file. You can just go for straight away. You can use print. Control J, a new line. Again Control J. Any number of lines easily can be produced through Control J by using EditPlace. Any number of lines. In case of Python, you can develop a single line program. A program with a single line which can produce something. Straight away one line program. In a one line itself, you can able to get output. It is not possible in almost all other programming languages. In other programming languages, you require a method. That method should be in the class. That class may be in the package. Likewise, definitely there are some mandatory definition blocks in other programming languages. But in Python, through a single line, you can develop a Python program. Let me save this single line Python. Whatever directory you have chosen, I choose one directory in the drive. Python June batch day 1. save it. Sorry. File name, you can choose any file name. I'm just choosing test1.py. Every file of the Python should extend .py extension. Every file of the Python should have .py as an extension. .py. .py as an extension. It can be hello.py, abc.py, test1.py, test2.py. No matter how many statements you incorporated in the file name can be any name, but extension always it should be .py. Then only Python command can be able to recognize you. Now, open a command prompt. Open a command prompt for the day one. In the day one only test1.py file is available. In the day one only test1.py file available. Just to type py. In the address bar, it is showing like a F Python June day one. So there itself type a cmd. One command prompt will be opening to the day one folder. It is a command prompt. I just changed background color of command prompt. Generally command prompt background color will be black. I provided white here. You can change properties of the command prompt by right clicking on top of the command prompt. You can see on top blue border. Right click and properties. Whatever properties you wanted, you can modify. Now, you can use Python as a command to run test1.py. Python space test1.py. Python space test1.py. Otherwise, you can go for straight away py. I will be keep using py every day. Py space test1.py. The total file name you have to specify. Straight away it will be running. No intermediate step like a compilation. No intermediate step like a compilation. Py space test1.py. Py space test1.py. Hello to all. This is a simple program. Let me develop one more hello one. Go to file new others. Python. Let me save this as a test2.py in the same location. Let us see different types of literals available in the Python. Let me print all different types of literals. So print a hello. This is a string literal. In case of Python, string can be enclosed under single quote or under double quotes. Even double quotes also allowed. Both are one and the same. In case of Python, there is no char literal. There is no char literal. That is why single quote also using for a string only. Single char data type not available in the Python. If you consider Java, there is a char literal, char data type. But in Python, there is no char data type. There is no char literal. You have to go for a string only. If you want to represent a single character, then string with a single character. There is no separate data type for the char. If you want to represent one character, Then define a string with one character. A string can be under single quote or under double quote. This is the first type of literal. Let us go for numeric literal. Any number. Any number. You can consider this as an int type, int data type, number without a decimal, number without a decimal. This is the second type of literal. Literal is nothing but value. Let us go for float type. So with a dot, after a dot it can be even zero, whatever it may be. If number containing a dot, then that number is treated as a float. This is a float literal. Float literal. Let us see Boolean. The Boolean literals, only two are there. It can be a true or it can be false. In case of Python, Boolean literals, true and false, first letter in the uppercase, true, T in the uppercase, false, F in the uppercase. These are the basic data types in the Python. There are some more data types available. Those data types you will come to know in down the line. In the beginning, you should know string data type, numeric int type, numeric float type, Boolean data type. These are the literals available. Try to save as a test2.py. After saving this file, try to run straight away by using py command. By using py command. Py space test2.py. You got the literals. First two are string, third one is a int, fourth one is a float type, last one is a Boolean type. One more very important point you have to observe. Print method, you can call like a function, print function. After printing, automatically it is going to the next line. Print function, print function. After printing specified content, automatically it is going to the next line. That is why we are getting output in different lines. Print function having a dual features, print the specified content and bring the cursor to the next line. Print function having a dual features, print the specified content, then bring the cursor to the next line. Bring the cursor to the next line. Automatically printing in the next line. Generally, in other programming languages, you may be finding print and println. Print produces in the same line, println keep producing in the different lines. But in Python, print only available. By default, after printing, it is going to the next line. What about printing in the same line? How we can print in the same line? I want to print in the same line. This can be done in multiple ways. The first one, hello. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is numeric int type 5.6. Numeric float numeric float, then false. It's a Boolean type. Print function can take any number of arguments. Print function can take any number of arguments. You can supply any number of arguments to the print function. Let me save it as a test3.py. Test3.py. Hello, numeric int, numeric float, then Boolean. Try to save. Try to run this one. Test3.py. In the same line, by using common separator, that common separator is a space. By using common space as a separator, you can print any number of literals or variables or expression results in the same line by using a single print. For single print, you can supply any number of arguments, any data type as well. Print is taking any number of arguments, any type of arguments. Even order here, you don't require to supply first as a string, second as a int, third as a float, fourth as a boolean. You can supply in any order. You can supply in any order. Order is not a word. Based on your requirement, you can. This is one way of printing multiple values in the same line. Let us see another. Test4.py. I'm printing hello. Through Control J, you can achieve. Through Control J, it can be going to the next line. You can see. End is equal to one space. You are telling like after printing hello, stay in the same line to print in the next output 3, 4, 5. After printing 3, 4, 5, stay in the same line to print another value 7.0. After printing 7.0, stay in the same line to print 2. Every time after printing hello, giving a space as a separator, then 3, 4, 5, giving a space as a separator 7.0 and 2. In the previous program, you have a result you are printing in the same line. In the current program, assume you are getting values after few statements of your program, not in the same line. After printing one value, you are doing something, then getting a value, then printing that also. After doing something, you are getting another value, printing that also. So print is using in the multiple lines, but you are asking to print in the same line. It is very simple. You can specify what could be the delimiter. I am choosing a white space as a delimiter. Hello space, 345 space, 7.0 space, true. 7.0 space, then true. Try to print, try to run test 4. You're getting output in the same way. Hello, 345 7.0 and true. There is a small difference between previous output and current output. In the previous output, there is a blank line. In the current output, there is no blank line. How blank line producing in the previous program? Why blank line not producing in the current program? Please observe. In the test3.py, we are using a print without a end. After printing specified content, automatically producing new line. This print function, you are supplying only data to be printed. After printing data, automatically it is going to the next line. Automatically it is going to the next line. Come to the test 4. What is there in the test 4? After printing hello, we are telling like a retain in the same line with a space as a separator. It is retaining in the same line, then 345 is printing in the same line with a separator as a space. After space, retaining in the same line, printing 7.0 with a space as a separator. After space, retaining in the same line, true, then space. After true, retaining in the same line, it is not going to the next line. That is why blank line you are not getting while printing like this. Only the small difference between test 3 and test 4 is, in case of test 3, you are getting a blank line. In case of test 4, you are not getting a blank line. Why? Because you are using print method with a end. If you are using print method with a end, then after printing specified content, it is using end as a separator and retaining in the same line, staying back in the same line, not going to the next line. Observe, this is one of the parameter, specified parameter. You have to mention this only, end, end, end. If you want to retain, if you want to stay cursor in the same line, if you want to stay the cursor in the same line, just keep a end. End is equal to, end is equal to, end is equal to, end is equal to. Here I provided a common separator, but there is no mandatory of providing a common separator. Let us see different separators as well. This is the current program. Test 5. Let's go for print. Keep using Control J. Keep using Control J. You can go for any separator. In case of Python, true and false, first letter should be in the uppercase. Let us run this one. Let me save as a test5.py. Test5.py. You can see content printing in the same line by providing different separators from one print to another print. Based on your requirement, you can choose any separator. Observe one more point, everybody. In case of Python, statement ending with the semicolon is very optional. No statement is ending with the semicolon in these programs. You can see test 4, you can see test 3, test 2, test 1. No statement ending with the semicolon. Incorporating semicolon while ending the statement is very optional. Python strongly recommending you don't provide a semicolon. Most of the common changes are there from other programming languages and Python. Very common differences you can find, very simple differences also. Python, it is not like a very strict programming language following each and every rule. Python introduced for a very common people, not like a scientists, not like a above average students. Anybody can able to learn because of very less syntax rules. In case of Java or in any other programming languages, every statement should end with the semicolon. Especially executable statements. Every executable statement should end with the semicolon. But in case of Python, statement is ending automatically whenever you press enter. If you press enter, current statement is ending automatically. It is making like a very simple. In the beginning I told, to develop a Hello World program in Java, lot of statements required, at least 4 or 5 statements. You need to develop a class. Inside a class, you need to develop a main. Inside a main, you have to go for system.out.println. But in case of Python, single line, just to use print. You don't require to define a class. You don't require to define a method. You can straight away start composing statements in the Python file. From the first line onwards, executable lines only, no definition kind. In case of Java, first you need to start class definition. It is not an executable statement. Inside a class definition, you have to keep main method definition. That is also not an executable statement. In the main method body, whatever statements you are keeping, those are executable statements. But in Python, right from the first line, you can consider as a executable statement. Straight away, you can keep incorporating whatever statements required in the Python file without any mandatory definition blocks. No need of any kind of definition blocks. And no line has to end with the semicolon. Let us provide semicolon. Let's see any difference you'll be finding. Print hello semicolon, print test 4.5. Let me save as a test 6.py. Let me keep some statements without semicolon as well. Absolutely possible. Let's run straight away. In case of Python, there is no compilation step. Test 6. Using print function without end. While using print function without end, after printing, automatically it is going to the new line. That is why for the last print you are getting a blank line. For the last print you are getting a blank line. So semicolon ending, statement ending with the semicolon is very optional. Come to the next one. You can see any kind of expression. Expression executing, then printing the results. Expression is executing, then printing the results. Let us run the same. Test 7.py. Expression result printing. You can supply expression result straight away. We have seen printing literals, printing expressions. Any kind of expression, it can be mathematical expression or it can be even Boolean expression. In down the line, you'll come to know more about operators, mathematical operators, Boolean operators, and even bitwise operators. Lot more we will see in down the line. I'm just showing here usage of a print. We can use print to print a literal. Literal is nothing but value. We can use a print in order to print result of the expression. Expression can be mathematical expression or Boolean expression or any kind of expression. Expression result is printing. Now let us see how variables can be printed. Go to the next one. Python test8.py. Test8.py. X is equal to hello, Y is equal to 3.4, Z is equal to true. Let me print X comma Y comma Z. In case of Python, straight away variable can be assigned with a value. Straight away variable can be assigned with a value. You don't require to specify data type to the variable. Here X is a name to the variable, Y also name to the variable, Z also name to the variable. X is equal to hello, Y is equal to 3.4, Z is equal to 2. Let us see whether this type of syntax is annoying or not. It looks like a very simple. In the plain paper, in whichever way, you are just to choosing some variables and assigning values. No syntax rules here. Let us see whether it is allowing or not. Absolutely possible. Variable straight away you can declare and assign a value. X is equal to something, Y is equal to something, Z is equal to something, ABC is equal to something, XYZ is equal to something. Variable declaration very simple in Python. X is equal to Y is equal to Z is equal to. No need of only XYZ, any name. ABC is equal to something, test is equal to something, reduction is equal to something, offer is equal to something, percentage is equal to something, first name is equal to something, age is something, salary is a something. You can go for any name, but while choosing names there are some rules to be followed. You will come to know what are the rules we have to consider while choosing a name. Let us see another Python. Initially I variable, print a file. I'm selecting both the lines. I'm selecting both the lines. Then Control J. Both the lines are reproducing. Let's go for 1.52. Again both the lines I'm selecting. Control J. ABC. Select both the lines. Control J. Again select both the lines. Go back to int value. Let us see whether this is allowed or not. Test9.py. Let us see whether it is allowing in Python or not. Test9.py. See how simple. Same variable, initially int value, then float value, then string, then boolean, again int. So this type of assignment almost not possible in most of the applications. In most of the programming languages. In most of the programming languages, you need to reserve one keyword for one data type. I is equal to 12. Then I is only for int value purpose. But in Python, I is equal to 1.5 to allow modifying to float value. Then modifying to string value, then boolean value, again int value. So in different statements, you can go for different values. That value may be same type of value or different type of value. Same type of value or different type of value. This is very important point. Please observe. So dynamically data type changing internally. Observe, while assigning 12 to I data type is a int. Whenever you are assigning 1.52 to I data type dynamically changing from int to float. While assigning I is equal to ABC, I data type dynamically changing from float to string. Likewise, data type dynamically it changes. You don't require to specify the data type. Same variable is used for storing any number of values. At one time one value, another time another value. So here data type also can be different. Data type also can be different types of values. Different types of values. I is equal to 12, I is equal to 1.52, I is equal to ABC, I is equal to true, I is equal to 34. You can see. So this is not possible in most of the programming languages. So we have seen basic usage of print function, printing literals, expressions and variables. You will be knowing more about variables in down the line. Let us see comments, how we can provide a comments in the Python. Through hash mark, if you specify anything, print 9.0.190. Whichever line starting with a hash mark, that is a comment, it will not be considered by Python interpreter. If any line is starting with a hash mark, if any line is starting with hash mark, that will not be printed. That will not be printed. That will not be considered by Python interpreter. Through interpreter only running is happening. No compilation step. Straight away interpreter running your program. Interpreter skipping the statements whichever starting a hash mark. Single line comment through hash mark. Single line comment through hash mark. Single line comment through hash mark. Let's run this one. We are getting 90 and 190. Only two outputs. We are not getting 9.0 as it is under comment. We are not getting 9.0 as it is under comment. Please observe. Any line can be commented. Any line can be commented through hash mark. Single line comment. The current single line comment can be done through hash mark. How to do multi-line comment? Multiple lines I have to comment. Go to the next program. Triple single quotes. Triple single quote. In the middle of triple single quote. In the middle of triple single quote, whatever content you are keeping, whatever it may be, This content is not considered by interpreter. Multi-line comments. Multi-line comments. Come on. Triple double quotes. Triple double quotes. Whatever content is there, whatever content is there under triple double quotes is considered as a multi-line comments. Multi-line comments. Let me keep one print also under multi-line comment. Hello 1, hello 2, let's go for 3, go for 4, 5, 6. Let us save this. Two different ways of providing multi-line comments. Multi-line comments. Multiple lines enclosing under triple single quote or triple double quotes. Triple single quote or triple double quotes. Triple single quote or triple double quote. Let us run. We got only hello 2, hello 3, hello 4. You're not getting hello 1. You're not getting hello 5 and hello 6. Those are under commented portion of the program. Commented section of the program. So one small observation. In the same program, I will be adding some more. Please observe. Single line also can be commented. Single line also can be commented by using triple single quote. By using triple single quote or triple double quote. Let me go for triple single quote or triple double quote. Single line can be commented. Single line can be commented. So there are two ways of commenting single line. One is a hash mark. The second one, triple single quotes or triple double quotes. If multi-lines, then only triple single quote or triple double quotes, hash mark. Not possible. Without commenting, you may not be able to develop a program. You have to provide some kind of programming description, the logic description, whatever logic you are developing, that should be described. For that description purpose, you require a comments. You required comments. You can see only hello 3. Only hello 3. Come to the next one. So we have seen comments. Let us see identifying type. What are the different types available? Identifying the type. There is a type of built-in function. Python having lot more, I can say like thousands together methods, that is functions. Python having thousands together built-in functions available. 90% of our logics we can get through built-in functions. Compared to other programming languages, Python having several built-in functions. Because of these built-in functions, we can develop any logic very quickly. Let us see one of the very important built-in function. Let's go for print 100. This print is a built-in function. Print is a built-in function. I want to print type of 100. For that purpose, I will be using type built-in function. I will be using type built-in function. Try to save. Test12.py. Type is one of the built-in function. Type is one of the built-in function. Through type you can find out data type class name of 100. For the 100, what is the data type class name? Let's run. It is a class int type. Please observe, class int type. We can easily identify data type to the different literals. If there is a unknown literal, you need to find out what is its data type. Let me go for another values in the different Python program. I'll go straight away only types. Print type of, already we have seen 100. Go for float value 10.o. Go for string value, again string value with a double quotes. Again string value, but numeric content under double quotes. Numeric content under single quote. Finally boolean. One more boolean. Let's go for boolean under single quote. Boolean under double quotes. Go for float under double quotes. Float under single quote. To save 14 country.py. Let me run. Int type, float type, str. Str stands for string. Bool type, bool stands for boolean. Int, float, string, boolean. If numeric value under single quote, it is a string only. Numeric value under double quotes, it is a string only. Boolean value under single quote, it is a string only. Boolean value under double quotes, it is a string only. Boolean value under double quotes, Boolean value under single quote. Boolean value under single quote, Boolean value under double quotes, Boolean value under single quote, Boolean value under double quotes. In numeric value under single quote, numeric value under double quotes. Anything under single quote is a string. Anything under double quotes, it is also a string. We can easily find out what is the data type of a particular letter. Let's move to another program. Test14.py. X is equal to 12. Let me print X, comma, type of X as well. Go for Control J, 1.2. Select last two statements. Low. Let's go for Boolean. Let me go for Boolean. Through type function, we can understand what is the data type of a variable in the current statement. In the current statement, what is the data type? Let us run. Dynamically from one statement to another statement, data type of the variable is changing automatically based on the value whatever you are assigning. Data type automatically it is changing. Automatically data type it is changing based on the value whatever you are assigning. Data type is changing automatically. So we have understood the type function, built-in type function. Let us see how we can convert one type to another type. How we have to convert explicitly one type to another type. So there are built-in functions. In throughout Python learning journey, we will be learning more Python built-in functions. I can say concepts are less, built-in functions are more. Concepts are less, built-in functions are more. Python, let's go for. So if you go for type of 100, you know very well, you will be getting int. How to convert same into the string type? There is a function called str. By using str, we can convert into string. How to convert same 100 into float? All these are the built-in functions. All built-in functions are displaying in a separate color. You can check it out. Try to save. converting from one type to another type. Int is converting into string, int is converting into float. It's plain. Anybody can understand. 100 can be under double quotes. Then it will be treated as a string. 100 can be with 100.o. It can be a float. It can be a float. So is it possible to convert 100 into float? 100.o, sorry, is it possible to convert 100 into boolean, 100.o into boolean, ABC into boolean, XYZ into boolean? So let us see that in the next one. So let us see print of 100, sorry, type. Let's go for Control J. What happens if I convert 100 into bool? Please observe. What happens while converting 100 into bool? First try to print what could be, then you can go for type. Let us see this one. 16.py. Let us run this one. 16.py. So please observe, in case of Python, everything is true if something is not a false. If something is not a false, then it will be considering as a true. Whatever you supply, that is a true other than false. If you supply false, then only you'll get a false. In other programming languages, it is opposite. Please observe. Whatever you supply in other programming languages, it will be false if at all other than true. In Python, everything is a true if at all content is not a false. Let us see one more example. You can understand very easily. Let's go for true. Let me also print literal whatever you are typing. 17.py. Even for content false also it is getting a true only. Check it out. Whatever you are supplying, for that just true only. Generally in other programming languages, whatever you are supplying, if that is other than true, then you are getting a false. If you are supplying a true, then you are getting a true only. But here, so every value while converting, you are getting a true only. Bool is used for converting a value into Boolean. Bool is used for converting a value into Boolean. Converting value into Boolean. Let us see last built-in function in the data types, that is float. Print of float of 1, 2, 3. Float of 1, 2, 3. Anyhow, data type you will be getting a float only. 18.py. You can see even Boolean literal. You can go for some general text. This is very important, guys. Please observe value error. True value cannot be represented. True value cannot be represented in the numeric. If the supplied value unable to convert into desired type, you'll get value error. Value error. Whatever value you are supplying, if that is unable to convert into desired type, then you'll be getting value error. Please observe on line number 3. At line number 3 in this particular file, this is the line number 3 statement. You are getting a value error. Couldn't convert a string to float. So we are supplying a string which contains other than numeric. If string is containing a numeric, here it is a numeric. Here it is a true. Here it is a ABC. Let me comment this one. Let us see what could be the next line. I commented line number 3. Go to the line number 4 and check it out. Now you are getting a line number 4 value error. Line number 4 value error. Let us comment this also, guys. Let me supply just straight away Boolean. It's not a string. It is not under single quotes. It's a straight away Boolean. One more Boolean. Let us run. So for Boolean true, internally numeric representation is 1.0. For the Boolean true, numeric representation is 1.4. For the false, 0.4. For the numeric true, for the true, numeric value is 1.4. If it is a false, 0.4. If it is a string, it should contain a numeric content. If it is a string, it should contain a numeric content. Come on. If it is a string, even though it is a boolean, you will be getting value error. It should have a numeric content like a 1, 2, 3. Numeric content 1, 2, 3. But here, not the numeric content. Not the numeric content. It is a true. It's a boolean true. It is internally representing a numeric content 1.0. It is a false, boolean false. It's not a string. So true is internally representing with 1. False is representing with 0. Internal representation getting while converting into float. You can see. So that's all for today.